Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 2 of Cute Little Love Letters, and this one is titled Class 1B. You flew down the hallway and around the corner before you deactivated and dropped to the floor again, touching down lightly before looking back over your shoulder. That worked, you thought as you adjusted your bag strap and tucked your amethyst gemstone into your skirt pocket, then continued on. I'd like to see him again, but maybe from a distance. He's so cute, I can't even move or think straight, which is weird. That's never happened before. After walking around for a little bit, you finally found Class 1B's room and entered, putting your bag down next to your desk there and then sitting down in it. Other students started to wander in and you suddenly wondered if the cute guy was going to be in your class. Sudden panic gripped you and you realised that you might need to explain why you ran off, so you reached into your pocket and gripped the gemstone tightly to help yourself calm down. Your mum had taught you some calming chants as well, which you repeated in your head to get the adrenaline in your system to cool it. You must have looked super nervous because as you sat there staring into nowhere with the chants rolling around in your head, a person suddenly appeared before you. Hey, you're new, right? The kindly person asked, extending her hand to yours. We're all new, I guess, hey? You looked up at this person, their bright teal eyes and orange hair drawing your attention immediately. Hi, you said softly as you reached out your free hand to shake this person's. My name's Itsuka Kendo, she said brightly. What's yours? Yin Lin, but you can call me Yin, he replied with a small smile. Awesome! Call me Itsu or Suka, I don't mind, Kendo said with a grin, taking back her hand after the shake. I couldn't help but notice you looked a little worried. Don't worry, everyone here is really nice, I promise, Kendo said with a gentle, calming smile. Oh? A somewhat loud and eccentric voice said as another person, a guy this time, appeared on Kendo's left. Another addition to this class. I hope you got what it takes to keep this class on the path to the strongest ever class in the history of classes, he said as he pushed his fringe up off his face and smiled down at you with giant, wild-looking eyes. You started, but then Kendo cut you off. Monoma, can you not? She sighed at him and then turned to you. Monoma is a bit weird, but he's okay. Unless you're in the other class. Class 1A! Those assholes! They think they're so good! He huffed, dropping his hand from his forehead to his hips sassily and closing his eyes for a second. We'll show them! You'll do nothing to them, they're fine, Kendo huffed at the still pouting Monoma. You gave both of them a sheepish smile, but then the homeroom teacher walked in and called for everyone to take their seats. Welcome to 1B, the sturdy homeroom teacher greeted with a strong scowl on his face. You're here to become heroes, yes? So listen good, and listen well, because we don't accept second rate at this school. What a way to open the first day at school, you thought as you settled down and listened in. As luck, or not luck, would have it, you didn't see that cute guy in your class, nor did you see him for the rest of the day, which made you wonder, what class was he actually in? Itsuka, or Kendo, stayed with you for the whole day that day. She seemed to enjoy your company, and you two chatted about all kinds of things. Monoma hung around a little bit too, but you found him to be very full on, and it was draining your energy a bit, so by the time the home bell rang, you were more than ready to get out of there. On the walk home, you thought about everything that had happened that day, and were glad to be back in your safe space of home the second you turned off the path and into the forest. The green foliage had an immediate effect on you, and you felt like your life force was revitalizing with each step that you took deeper in amongst the trees. You loved your house. It wasn't a very normal-looking house, having been made in a living, giant, natural hollowed-out oak tree. The tree itself was still alive and growing, and everything you did inside the house was for the tree's benefit. The water from the kitchen and the bath fed the tree roots, and the vegetable compost bin gave nutrients to the leaves. You loved that life surrounded you. Walking to the front door, you opened it and stepped in, letting out a relieved sigh as you walked up the 3 steps there and down the short hall to the open lounge and kitchen. Hi, Mum, you said with a smile as you walked over and put your bag down for a hug. Your mum had been cooking and the house was filled with the rich aroma of curry leaves and turmeric. She turned to embrace you and gasped lightly as you stepped towards her. Oh, my blessing, you are all out of shape, she said with quiet concern as you snuggled into her warm embrace. Can you tell what happened today? You asked her, ever curious to see how close she got to knowing what had happened in your life. You know that he's a sweet boy, she said after a second. You are very good at instinctively reading people. Why is your heart so shy? I I only just saw him for not even 10 seconds, you said as you pulled back and looked up into her smiling eyes. But he's been on your mind ever since, she tutted. You also know you'll feel safe in the class, but the fear of letting people in has you holding your distance, she said knowingly. My love, why did you not have your gem on you? I did, I had it in my hand, but then I put it in my pocket, you said, showing her that you still had it safely tucked into your skirt pocket. Oh, my sweet angel, no, your mum tutted. You need to keep that on your skin. It needs to have skinship with you. I'm sorry, that's my fault for giving you just a gem. Tomorrow morning come to the apothecary and I'll give you a bracelet or necklace with an appropriate gemstone in it. Tomorrow I might choose for courage, she added with a twinkle in her eye. She let you go and turned back to the cast iron pot shaped like a cauldron that was bubbling over a magic fire that burned only in the air, not harming the tree one bit but allowing you all to eat delicious hot food. Thanks, Mum, you said with a smile, giving her another cuddle from behind. You're always welcome, my petal, she said sweetly as she stirred the pot. Would you be a darling and call Dad for dinner? The curry's almost ready. Yum! You exclaimed with excitement. Okay, is he in the garden? You asked. Yes, he's got a new lot of bellflowers growing. They're oh so beautiful. You must see them, she said. You nodded and turned to skip through the house, making your way out the back to the slide made by one of the oak roots and used it to slide down the backyard. Dad! You called joyfully as you skipped the last way to his greenhouse. It's my little Fae! You heard him call as you entered the green room and looked around at all the beautiful flowers and plants there. You stood for a second to take it all in and then started running down the aisle to find him. He was down the back with his bellflowers, as your mum said he would be, and you grinned when you saw him bent over them, tending to them lovingly. Oh, Dad, they're beautiful, you said with admiration when you saw how healthy and large the flowers were. These little ones will be ready for sale soon, your dad said proudly as he stood up and dusted his hands together. My customers know they'll get quality plants from me. You smiled at him. I know, Dad, and your customer, Mr. Satatori, is always looking forward to a new lot of plants from you. His flower shop's always busy. That reminds me, when's your next shift with him? It's tomorrow, isn't it? I'll send some poppies into him. He'll be happy with those. You can tend them for me tomorrow, your dad said as he reached an arm out and gave you one armed side hug. Oh, he suddenly said, forgive me, you had school today. First day, how was it? I can tell you used your quirk once today. I hope that wasn't to hide from someone. And there ends chapter 2. Stay tuned for tomorrow, chapter 3 coming then. I'll see you then.